Welcome back. United States President Donald Trump has signed a revised executive order barring the entry of citizens from predominantly Muslim countries from entering the country. The new order has been narrowed to exclude citizens of Iraq, an important ally fighting alongside U.S. forces as it relates to defeating ISIS in the Middle East.
The order also exempts citizens of the 6 blacklisted countries who are already in possession of legal travel and resident documents for entry and stay in the U.S.
Despite vowing to fight for the reinstatement of his old order that was suspended by federal courts, the president today signed a revised version which keeps a 90-day ban on travel to the U.S. from Libya, Sudan, Somalia, Iran, Yemen and Syria. In a markedly more orderly process than the first rollout, he sent his top lieutenants to introduce the new order.
As threats to our security continue to evolve and change, common sense dictates that we continually reevaluate and reassess the systems we rely upon to protect our country. To our allies and partners around the world, please understand this order is part of our ongoing efforts to eliminate vulnerabilities that radical Islamist terrorists can and will exploit for destructive ends.
The rollout of the second order is an attempt to avoid the chaos that descended on airports and other ports of entry across the country, for which several court challenges were filed, eventually succeeding in a Seattle federal court to have the order temporarily suspended pending a judicial review. That decision was upheld by a federal appeals court, prompting the Trump administration to revise the order despite initially vowing to fight for its reinstatement all the way to the Supreme Court in Washington. The new order will be implemented through a phased-in process, only coming into effect on March 16th.
I have spent much of the day today on the phone with members of Congress, the leadership, explaining the ins and outs of this EO, and I did the same thing last week. So there should be no surprises, whether it's in the media or on Capitol Hill.
It also bans any intake of new refugees for 120 days and removes the indefinite ban on Syrian refugees that was part of the initial order. Sherman Brycepees, SABC News, New York.